lot about in special senses, we spend most of our time talking about the eyes and the ears. Okay, so I would focus greatly on the eyes and the ears. Know the functions of rods and cones? I told you to be able to trace if I stuck a needle through your eye, or the less gruesome version would be follow the pathway of a ray of light going through your eye. So, knowing, I'm only going to go through part of it. You'd start at the cornea, then you go through the aqueous humor of the anterior chamber of the eye. It's then going to go through the iris, and then you'll hit the lens, and then you're into the posterior section, which is going to have what kind of humor? Vitreous humor. And then you're going to hit the retina, and so on and so forth. That was kind of just a really dumbed down version of it, but you'll know it more in detail, I hope. We talked about conditions of vision, such as hyperopia and hypo, which was farsightedness and nearsightedness. Know what each term is. Can anybody tell me what the loss of vision is due to old age?
Macular degeneration?
No. It's going to be called presbyopia. It's just like hearing loss due to old age is presbyacusia. Cuse, God, I can never say it. I can't spit it out. It's not on the test, but it's look in your book for that term because I can't spit it out. What's that? No, it's not. I'm just throwing out.
The presbyopia?
Presbyopia.
Is not on the test.
I didn't say that.
Oh, was it?
Hearing loss due to old age. Presby is presbyopia. Presbyopia. Know the parts of the external ear, the middle ear, and the internal ear. We talked a little bit about the optic nerves and the axons, and we said that parts of the axons decussate, where they cross. And can anybody tell me where they cross? At the optic chiasm. Now, were those the lateral or the medial fibers that decussated?
The lateral.
No.
They're the medial.
That's where it's confusing.
Oh, the lateral.
Because it's the laterals stay on the same side. The medials come and decussate. But what makes it confusing is because the visual eye field is coming from the lateral. So the medial fibers are going to come and switch over. The lateral fibers, which means these are the lateral tract here, even though it's coming from the medial or the nasal vision field, the lateral ones are going to stay on the same side. Okay? So medial decussate, lateral stays same side. Once those fibers head back to the brain, what lobe of the brain are they going to? Occipital. Very good. Can anybody tell me what the blind spot in the eye is? No. Optic disc. Fovea capitis is where we have the most visual acuity. So the optic disc is where the nerve exits. The optic nerve exits out the eye. so we don't have any tissue there. But the fovea capitis is where we have a large collection of rods and cones. In order for us to taste or smell something, what do the particles have to be in? Some sort of solution, saliva or the nasal mucosa. So we have to be able to dissolve them within some sort of solution. There was one disease that we talked about in the ear. And that disease had tinnitus, it had vertigo, it had hearing loss. So really there's one slide that has a disease on it that we talked about. Make sure you know that disease. If anybody wants to spit it out, they can and help the class. But starts with an M.
Oh, mercy.
Meniere's syndrome. You'd be in good shape if you took a look at a picture of an ear and were able to label different parts of it. Yep. There's, I believe, 3 pictures.
There's 3 pictures on there, that's what you said?
It was hard to come up with stuff for this test, guys. So tonight we talked about the glands. So now we're moving into the endocrine system. Which endocrine gland produced immune hormone or immune products that help build the immune system? Thymus. There you go. You just got a question right. Pretty much there is a question on every single anterior pituitary hormone. So know what they are and know what their effects are. Which lobe of the pituitary does not produce hormones? Posterior. Very good. That's called the neurohypophysis, right? And who can tell me what's stored there? There's 2 things stored there. Oxytocin and ADH. Very good. Make sure you know your steroid hormones, which were testosterone, progesterone, estrogen. Know the effects of aldosterone? Remember I told you there's a picture on the test of the anterior pituitary? And you got to know what's being secreted and where it's going to. Honestly, guys, this question is going to be such a given. And then there's another picture, which is just another unbelievably easy question that I'm not gonna tell you what the picture is, so. If anybody misses those, I didn't do my job at all. Any questions on the final? Okay, guys, final's gonna start as soon as I get here on Thursday, which should be 5 o'clock, which is what I'm always trying for, but, it's not gonna take you long. This is, if anything, I think this test is gonna help your